Hi all. Right, there's a look at my hand. That's before this next allied, um, important allied impulse, I think. Although I've been off camera having a long, hard think about what I might do here, and it might not just be that straightforward. Anyway, there's a look at my hand, okay? There's a bit of glare along that. It's the British Core unit, core card. So let me show you what I've been thinking about. First of all, while I remember, one of the options, obviously, I'm going to do that at some point, deploy the British Core units. But John Brown had made a comment which was quite worthy of pointing out. I maybe kind of glanced over the British Core deployment and certainly didn't pick up. Well, maybe didn't pick up both these points, to be honest. Maybe I didn't look at them. I think I maybe did glance at the second one though, because I wasn't really wanting to do that. However, he's pointed out that 7.41, the 30 core units only need to be 2 hexes away from a German unit, town or city. And that's right enough. It says at least 2 hexes away from a German unit, town or city, whereas I was saying 3, which is the normal deployment rule. So, I mean, at the moment this is still German though, so it would have to be 2 away from that. So yeah, and maybe the bigger one, but like I say, the one that I'm not really wanting to be considering is that he says in our part 7.41 is easy to forget, is that once the Germans get west of the Meuse, remember this means a German unit crossing the Meuse, which I really don't want to have, but once that does happen, reserve units in the 30 Corps are treated as if they are corps in the 1st US Army. And he says that to me says you could use the 1st Army card to deploy them along with any other 1st Army units in the reserves, which is a good point. I used the 1st Army card for the air supply, and if I'd been considering that, I'd been better using that card for the air supply. You know, if the Germans had a unit west of the Meuse, or I knew they were going to get it, then when I use the 1st Army card, I would get to deploy these units and any other 1st Army units that are in the reserve units box. There is only that one 5th Corps unit, but however, it was certainly well worth pointing out. Thanks for that, John. Because I kind of did browse over it and not really consider it. But I'm still planning to avoid a German unit getting west of the Meuse, so we won't need to, well, I'm hoping we won't need to be kicking ourselves about that one anyway. Okay, so, but I'm not going to be deploying the British Corps units yet, because, well, I mean, this is more important to be taking this. Now, I didn't draw the 8 Corps card, and like I was saying, it'd be nicer to have activated the whole Corps. What else am I going to do with the Corps? Probably, maybe not much, I don't know. I do have this freed up nice land supply unit in Bastogne now that I'm pretty sure we're going to consider an attack on this unit with the 3rd Corps. It's probably going to be the 3rd Corps that are going to make the move though, and then maybe reinforce battle with that stack, so that doesn't really help. I guess that any one unit move does work, and I just plonk this guy into there, activate that, removes the detachment, plonk him into there. So that can work. I believe that's alright. I think the only restriction is you can't make an attack with any one unit moves. So I'm pretty sure that's right anyway. Yeah, well, I guess there's 2 restrictions. He needs to be able to trace supply at the moment you activate him, which is fine, and he can't make an attack. So activate him, he's in supply, all is good, into Dinant, get our victory points back, take Dinant. But here's the thing. We've got this Führer Brigade unit nicely surrounded at the moment, and the temptation is to sort of consider. I'm going to have a wee pause and just maybe think about if the 47 core do get activated, what could I regret happening? Because if they were to activate at the moment, if we didn't make this move, if they were to activate, the best. Well, in fact, no, he can't infiltrate at all, can he? Because he needs to be stacked to another unit. So that Fury Brigade unit is not going to be able to move. Now, the other units may well make a move. Remember what I said. I know I talked about this gamey situation where I've now got 5 strength in Havilonge. So all these units round Havilonge are restricted from moving away. Right, bear in mind, I've got to consider that the special moves, don't go by the restrictions. So moving adjacent to the muse or enter an empty allied VP hex, they wouldn't care about then being restricted round Havilonge. That's not going to happen, I don't think. So it kind of means that more than likely, well, pretty sure that all these 3 are going to stay round this hex. Now, they might have an attack at it. I don't know what the Fury Brigade will do. He might have attack at one of the infantry units, possibly. It just leaves these 2 units to do something. This is not going to be nearer their army objective. So, can they get... Well, no, but that's theirs. That's not an allied VP hex, is it? And coming down here is not going to be nearer their army objective. So, I'm not quite sure what they would end up doing. Possibly surrounding 2, 3, 4, coming into Celis to surround. Oh, now that would be bad, wouldn't it? Yeah, see, it's just as well. I was going to do this off camera, but just when I was talking about it there, yeah, because causing surround is movement method 3, so it's quite low down in the order. It goes highest to lowest, so this is unit 20, was it 29? We've got a unit 23 underneath, so he would more than likely try and surround this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4 into Celis, take that town, got my unit surrounded. That is bad. Okay, that is bad. Right, well, there you go. That probably is going to force me into any 1 unit move, I think. It's a pity because I had some crazy ideas about. I thought we maybe need some support down here. I know it's kind of horrible up here, but Liège feels pretty solid. Okay, this first SS unit's got across the river now. That is starting to be a concern. But I did think I could maybe move these 3, 7 core units. Could also potentially consider an attack here by activating 7 core. Maybe bring 1 of the infantry units into this battle, but the other 2 I was thinking strategically moving, and I could get them down to here, strategically. Or over here was a thought as well, because my thinking was strategically moving them to there, and then strategically moving them right round into Dinan, but then forgetting that initially when I thought about it, I can't strategically move into a German town, so I wouldn't be able to do that. And bear in mind, I'm activating them with a supplemental card, so I know I've still got the primary card to come. So, and then I started thinking crazy ideas like, well, put them down there, then hopefully get the 8 core activation, do a cheeky wee move like activate 8 core, take Dinan, and then move them back to keep that unit surrounded, and then move these 7 core units strategically down into Dinan. Sounds a bit far-fetched, but that was one of the big thoughts I had in my head. Well, to be honest, it was probably the only idea I had. Because everything else is down the south. It's 12 core and 3rd core. They can't really help. But I think after considering this whole possibility of this unit getting surrounded, kind of makes me think that's not such a good idea, and I should maybe just bite the bullet here and use the any one unit move. Yeah, unfortunately I think I've got no choice here. I mean, well, I do have a choice. I could take a chance and use my magical card drawing skills to avoid drawing the 47. Sorry, just winding you up, Martin. Nah, I can't take that chance. Can't take it. Okay, I'm going to play my. I'm going to play this card. I know it's got air power in it, but I've actually got 2 or 3 air power, and I've got that no command. I can't use that for any one unit move, but and this is would just let me. Well, to be honest, I'd probably use it for air power because it only activates one of either the armoured or the infantry division. And I do have obviously I've got the primary core card for them anyway, so I need to use one card, so yeah, I think it's going to be that. Okay, so I'm going to get my wee sugar cube just on top of the draw pile to say that that's that for the day again. Nice early use of it again. So I'm going to activate this unit. He is in supply. When I activate him, this detachment's going to go away. And, well, there's no real messing about. He's just going into do not. That's it. So, I mean, I still need some help down here, really. It's, you know, they're 47th. If they do activate, these guys are definitely going to come towards do not now. But at least I'm in the town. I've got to take it back now, you know. I've got better hope. I think I had to do that. So we take that time back. We also gain the 5 victory points back. So what were they on? They were on 41. So 36. So move them back to 36. And yeah, doesn't feel ideal. I would have liked to have done all this nonsense with the 7 core, to be honest, but just looking at it there, it's too risky. It's too risky. Okay, I'm going to go with that. So that's my impulse done. I'm just going to take a wee pause there though before. Oh, actually, draw up. Actually, just let me pause and have a look, just to make sure I'm 100% about this. I don't feel brilliant about it, but just thinking there, my next impulse would let me probably get the British core units out, and at least some of them could be deployed in this hex beside Dinant, you know. I mean, yeah, they're still not going to get across. That's the downside. In some ways, you want a German unit to reach the Meuse, and actually, was just starting to think about that maybe there is a tactic involved in letting a German unit get to the Meuse, then getting the British units round about it and taking it out before, you know, this was right at the beginning of the day, and maybe that would have been I think that's a tricky way to play it, isn't it? Okay, let's go with that. Right, I've got one new card to draw, so let's see what that is. The 5th Corps, so that's the Corps Artillery. Well, that's quite good to get now, actually. We didn't have any 5th Corps stuff. We do have a reserve in the reserve units, but just 1 infantry unit though. So, okay, I'm going to take a wee pause here, guys, and I'll be back with German Impulse shortly. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, on to the German Impulse. Well, I thought I'd be liking to say, well, it'd be nice to draw the 47 core card now though, to make it all worthwhile what I've done, but I still don't want to see it yet, to be honest. I'd like to try and get some of these 7 core units down first, but okay, here we go. Right, that's 66. This is the primary card this time. Oh, Okay. Well, we already know there's no reserves to come down, is there? So no reserves, no cards to come in. So we're on the 22nd, aren't we? It's 8 point something. Yeah, so I think it's just going to sit there. Take all German units on the current previous day of the calendar, put some same time, all reinforcement cards, yeah. And then you just use the card for what it is. Okay, so it's not going to trigger anything this time. Now we have a primary card, so that's going to actually stay as the primary, and the army group card is going to stay as a support card. So, interesting. Okay, there's no event on the army group card, so we're going to go straight to activating. Right, I feel like this 18 core green infantry units days are numbered now. It's probably going to get attacked. Okay, I'll shift the camera and we'll have a look. Okay, so we're going to activate these units. Only 3. This is the one with the core objective, so that's his core objective marker there. The roadblocks. It's got me thinking. The army objective markers. Actually, it's in Dinon. And I just started thinking there, Germans took control of that, would that have then moved it? But going by how it's written in the rules, it does say a German unit has to move into the hex. Well, that never happened, even though they gained control and had a detachment in the hex. It didn't happen, so, and nobody's made any comment on that, so I think that must be right. So it's just going to stay put. They'll need to take Dinon back now for that to happen. Okay, so, and we're moving these guys with core objective because there's still a unit within 3, even though he's isolated. So it's probably unlikely any of them are going to move. I mean, this is the one where you would think it could come round, because this one could probably go 1, 2, 3, 4 into there and then not be crossing the river, but I'm sure we've come across this one a few times before, and there's nothing in the rules to say that it would do that. Now, that was another thing that came across with some of the enemy action Kharkov rules that I've been reading. The kind of tactical adjustments look like they might take this situation into consideration, and I'm not 100% sure about that though. But I got the impression there was a lot of, I think the rule is, for some reason I think it's 9.25, whereas we're 9.24 in this rule book, but I get the impression it's 9.25, and it talks about a lot of movement methods. They'll not move unless 9.25 comes into effect, so it's basically like the unit would stay there unless it can tactically adjust. So maybe that's been sort of streamlined a bit, because there's nothing, I mean, it just says move each unit adjacent, it doesn't take into tactical adjustments. Starting to think that maybe that might have been the case, but it's never something that's came up, I don't think. Yeah, because it does need to move. These adjustments apply to all movement methods in which the German unit is moving adjacent to an allied unit. Yeah, that's kind of that wording tells you that these are not going to adjust. I mean, the only errata is within what is it? It's the movement method 7, isn't it? When its movement is considered complete, but it could still tactically adjust. You would think a situation like this would also take that into account. I would think that should be built into the rules, to be honest. Because, I mean, again, if you're playing this by yourself, you would clearly want to attack from across the river. Or even if this hex was like 2 units in it, or from an empty hex, just as the tactical adjustments state. However, okay, it's not in these rules. Hopefully, that is like that in the Kharkov rules, and maybe some of that can fall back into this. Okay, so pretty sure they're all just going to stay put. Yeah, I'm just trying to think back there to if anything came out if there was any sort of clarification, came out regarding this. This feel like you would want to move this unit, you know. Oh, bear in mind, this isn't an exerting zone of control either, so in actual fact, this infantry unit could cross into here, and this guy could just cross right across. I don't think... I know this has came up in my game before, and I've thought about it, and I may have even asked a question to you guys. I'm pretty sure it came back, because the wording is the unit has to move, and the only errata is regarding movement method 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been here before, so let's just move on. Okay, so they're going to attack. There's no attack determination because this unit's isolated, so they're going to attack. Yeah. Now, there's no reserve units in the reserve units box. The support card has artillery and assault coordination and combat engineers. Well, that's not going to here, right? So, yeah, well, this is a case in the past where this has been clarified too, because I'd be thinking to myself right now here, before I got this clarification, that if I draw combat tactic that either has artillery, assault coordination, or combat engineers on it, that would no, sorry, I'm getting muddled up. If we draw any of them, the army group card will stay put. That's right. That was the clarification. Whereas before, if I'd drawn artillery, I would have still said, right, I can still use this because I'm going to benefit from assault coordination and combat engineers. And I believe that's how I played it at first, even though Martin felt it was the other way about originally, and then it's now got confirmed that. Okay, let's move on to that. Right, so attack on there, they're going to draw a combat tactic. So Panzer Battalion. I think I get the impression Martin's shaking his head again. Because that means that I'm going to use the support card, am I? Now hold on here. Yeah, there was no 91 odds because... Yeah, because 9, 10, 11, that's only 5 coming across the river. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, this is going to be a result for us again, because I mean, I don't really care. I don't like to say it that way. I don't really care about that unit. Feels wrong that, but you know, you've got to consider elsewhere. So Panzer Battalion's the combat tactic they've drawn, which gives them 1 extra strength and fulfills armour requirement, but they've got armour anyway. However, because this has artillery, assault coordination and combat engineers, they're also going to play this as a combat tactic. So combat engineers is going to remove the IP. So I mean, yeah, it's beneficial, but we're kind of thinking, well, I don't really mind. That's going to add another 1 as well. Assault coordination is going to prevent any hits to them, which, in actual fact, that doesn't come into it at all, because they ignore all hits from isolated units. But you've got to say they're getting artillery, they're getting artillery, and they're getting combat engineers. So I mean, it is applicable combat tactic, isn't it? Yeah, like I say, if that had been any of the 3, then we wouldn't have been playing that. That would have sat in the support card box and got used as a another impulse, which we'd rather have it here. I think. Yeah. Okay. Right, so they're going to increase their strength by 2. It's all coming across the river anyway, isn't it? So 4, 9, 10, 11, and then the extra 2 is 13. So 6 to 1 odds. Sorry. Where am I going here? 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is reduced to 6, right. So reduced to 6, he is a 3. So it's only 2 to 1 odds. There's only 2 to 1 odds. And, okay, so, where are we? 2 to 1 odds. And chip pools are 3 units, 2, well, that's a 3-step unit, that's a 4-step unit, so that's an extra 2, so that's 5. 1 for the Panzer Battalion, 6, and then 3 for the, so that's 9, isn't it? So 9 chip pools, 2 to 1 odds. They've got artillery. And we can't play a card anyway because they're isolated. Okay, 2 to 1 odds, 9 chip pools. Right, let me get them. Okay, there we go. I was getting all excited there for a while. Look at I've got forest chit to start with. I got defender green, and then I got the blue city forest chit, then another forest chit. I thought, go on. But then I got 2 disperse unsupplied. And the last chit was defender recon, and on the back side it's combat engineer. So see, Martin, that army group card made all the difference there. That combat engineer at the end. And that was the one that didn't apply. Attacker elite. And that is 9, isn't it? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Right. Let me count them up. Hang on, I've missed something, haven't I? They get extra chip pools, don't they? Hang on. Yeah, I almost forgot that. They get an extra 2 chip pools, don't they? So hang on, let me put this one back. Not that it's relevant, but let's say it was yeah, attacker green, attacker elite, they're just lines. So right, I'll get 2 more. Oh, well, that spoiled things. It was a 2 to 1 and another defender green. Damn. That was a pity because we were only at D1 there. And I'm allowed to retreat 1, mind you. I can only retreat 1 hex because I'm isolated and it's infantry. I'd be retreating into an enemy zone of control as well. Alright, I think that's probably going to finish him off. Hang on. Yeah, so it's D3, and remember the allies don't take any hits anyway. I don't think they were. I think there were 2 minuses and a -1 anyway. So yeah, I think that's, well, you can only retreat once, and he's going to have to retreat in an enemy zone of control, so that takes 1 hit. Yeah, he only needs D2 to eliminate him. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. Fair enough. Eliminated units box. Right. Okay. Check for advance after combat then. Oh, and I'll just chuck this crummy army group card in the discard pile again. Don't need that. Right, okay. Okay, so there's no arrows at all in any of these 3 hexes. They are, however, crossing the river. So a primary would be, if it was across the river and closer to army objective. Unfortunately it's not. It's just the same distance with that one. So it would be an, so into town or closer to army objective. No, that's not the case either. So that would be another route. Unit 4 would come next. That would be another route as well. However, Unit 5 will be getting closer to his army objective, so he can, yeah, he's straight up advance actually. Okay, so he would advance into there. Now he's crossing a river, so he'll not be able to make a second advance, will he? He's crossing an unbridged river, so I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. been a while since I've looked at that stuff, but yeah. So if he crosses an unbridged river, he's got to stop there. So yeah, he's only mechanised unit as well, isn't he? So yeah, okay. That's fine. I think that's it. So at least now that unit's away, their core objectives is going to drop, so they're going to start heading west now. Don't think it happens. I think it happens when they activate, doesn't it? So don't even need to bother about that just now. I'll not make any odds. When they activate again, that'll drop off, and then they'll start heading towards Dinant. Okay. Well, no support card because that's away, and there's just 3 units. So yeah, I'll take another wee pause there. I think a couple of short episodes there, but probably not worthy of a part, to be honest. So maybe I'll move on to another Allied Impulse. I'll take a wee break just now though, guys. I'll be back soon. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, next Allied Impulse. I'm going to play the 7 core card. Might be doing things slightly different than I originally thought, but I don't know if it's... Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, I want these units still up here, but I feel like I could do something down here. The 12 core units I've got in the reserve units box, unfortunately, there's not a 12 core unit. They're all away over at the east, they're way down the bottom of the map, so they're going to be miles away. Might even be worthwhile putting them off till the following day and getting them deployed strategically. Maybe. Nah, I don't know. We do have that stuff in the middle. Sorry, I'm not showing you in here, just rabbiting away. Okay, let's concern ourselves with this 7 core move. So, yeah, I mean, part of me had thought initially, well, using all 3 of the units, bringing them round here, I could strategically get them to here. Now we're having Dinant, I could move them to here strategically, I think it's here or here. And then, zoom out a little bit. And then, because I know I'm getting the primary card, activating them again, and I could strategically get them actually into Dinant now. Assuming none of these units come adjacent, which, to be honest, yeah, that's going to happen, isn't it? It's more than likely going to happen before I get the chance to activate them again, but then I would like to make an attack here. This is only a 2 strength infantry unit. I've got 6 strength already coming in. Put that guy down the bottom. I mean, this is Ufe as well. This is 5 victory points in here, so you know, we do want to protect that. So then I thought, but if I moved 1 unit in, I was getting 9 against 2, so 41 odds, but only 3 chip pools, you know, and okay, probably going to play my core artillery, so that'd be 4 chip pools. Then I thought, why not get 2 units in, get 61 odds, get 4 chip pools with the units, and 1 with the core artillery. That sounds much better. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to, I don't know if it's a waste or not, I'm going to chuck the other unit away around there, like I said, I think. I'd like to have pushed 2 units round, but, and then of course you do kind of want to keep them together if you can, but I mean, bringing them in here is not terrible. We do need to protect Ufe, but if they're in there, then they're coming in behind the 47th. You know, and we do have the 18 core all prepared to come in as well, so we could hopefully get supply issues on them. I think that's the big thing of the day. Well, the main thing of the day is, well, we've done a bit of it already, which was lucky to get the opportunity to do that. So we're still on the defensive really there, but maybe as a secondary objective, and I think it's quite doable, is try and cut supply to the 47th. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Okay, so I figure it'd be better maybe bringing this guy. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4 braking zone of control. Well, he could actually go up there. He could go 1, 2 braking zone of control, 3, 4 into here. I couldn't quite get him into there. At least I don't think I can I? Yeah, no, you can't, because you're going to have to come through that hex, really. So 1, 2 braking zone of control, 3, 4 into there. And then take 2 of these infantry units. 1, 2, 3. A nice way poison the forest there as well. Right, so let me show you what I'm going to do with this other infantry unit. I'll move the card up there a bit. So, strategic movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All staying on the road. So there's 2. Let me just double check I've got that right. Yeah, so I stayed on the road, no zone of controls, no towns entered, and triple its movement, so 9 movement points. So 2 options there for him. Like I say, he could go, you know, when I get to activate them again, he could go 1, 2, 3, adjacent to the Fury Brigade there. But he could, if there's nothing moves, no German units move adjacent, he can go 1, 2, 3, and then strategic at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you could actually come into Dinan, which I think would maybe be nice to have the option of anyway. Like I say, if that's not the case, if a German unit does move adjacent here, yeah, they can't get to the Muse, or can they? 1, 2, 3, nah, because you'd have to stop there. Yeah, okay. Right, and then the other 2 units, I did wonder about putting that guy back in Liège, but I don't think that's a good idea, because he's stopping these units from getting across here in that hex. We need to keep an eye on this guy, because now, well, not now, he had it before anyway, he does have a move into here, whether he would make that move or not, or into here. So we need to keep an eye on him, but I don't think we're going to move any of these 2. It'd be great to move that armoured unit away, but I think having 8 strength in there, they're never going to get in there, I don't think. They're going to have to get units across the river. Whereas if I do move that 5 strength armoured unit away, you know, they might have a chance at it. We've got a lot of units in reserves that could be plonked round about there. And, yeah. Right. Gonna go with that. So I'm gonna make an attack here. Yeah. Okay, so attacking here with these 3 units and the cavalry now. Now, I mean, yes, I do have a reinforced battle. I've got artillery and air power. I've got then no command air power. But I've got the core artillery card. In fact, that gets shuffled in still. I think I should use that. And I mean that's 3, 6, 9, 12 against 2. So that's 6 to 1 odds. I don't think the odds are fine. It's the chip pools really. I mean, at the moment I'm sitting with 4 for the 4 units. I've got tank battalion as well, but we've got armour in the battle, so that only increases it. Yeah, it only increases the strength. So I've got 2 cards that they've got the double combat tactic, artillery and air power. But they're my third corps primary card and my British corps card, so I'm not thinking I want to use them. I think I'm going to use the corps artillery. I think that makes some sense. The only other consideration would be air power, but I don't feel like it's that important a battle, this. So I think I'll just maybe stick with that. So that would be 5 chipos then, 4 units and the corps artillery. So, you know, yeah, I mean 7 chipos would have been much better, but it is what it is. Okay, so they're going to draw a card now. They do have a reserve unit from that corps, the 58 corps, and I don't think we've seen any of their cards yet either. So there is a chance of an undetected defender, isn't there? Which I don't think we've seen yet. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, okay, so I think we're at the stage where we can draw a card for the Germans now. So for a combat tactic or possibly undetected defender. So here we go. Oh, when I seen the blue there, I thought, oh no. Oh, it's air power, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not a match. It's not a match for that corps. This is 80 corps. But the combat tactic on the 22nd is air power. So let's hope we don't draw any of them then, because they can be quite brutal, really. Okay, so that's going to be that. Right, we're going to draw a chit. So minimum of 2. He's got 2 steps, and we've got a maximum of just 5. Unfortunately, so we find a wee space to put the chits. But okay, I'll go and get the 2. A great starter as well with the attacker artillery, and then got a defender adjacent. That's annoying. Well, I think I've got to go for it, haven't I? I want some odds chits, really. 61's pretty good odds. Right, so I'm going to draw the other 3. Oh, well, yeah, we're taking a couple. I just wanted to show you these 2 chits though, because these are both. This is, sorry, hang on, got it upside down. So it's a large attack on that side, or 16 attack. We've only got 5 chits, but in actual fact the other side is the priority, but it's allied air power, so not German air power, and this is the same. The priority on this is allied air power, so it must be quite a few of them. But fortunately, well, we've not played air power, but we are having an allied attack, so that counts as a D1. And then we've got 41, which I suppose I should be pleased about, really. I mean, it's got to be 2 hits to us, so that's a 1 hit. I could have coped with, but 2, ouch. However, no air power for them, which was kind of lucky since we got 2 that showed allied air power. But okay, let's see what's what. So 3 hits to them, but 2 to us. So he's going to retreat. Well, actually, let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, so his first step was he's going to retreat because he's got 3 hits to take and he's on 2 steps. So that's going to be in allied zone of control. So it's going to be into the town. I'll take that detachment away just now. For his first retreat, so that takes him down to 2. Well, actually, he is going to retreat again, isn't he? Let me get these out of the way. We've got the numbers worked out anyway, so yeah, so he retreats into the town. That satisfies 1 hit, so he's still got 2 more hits to take. So yeah, he's going to retreat again, isn't he? So where's he going to go? Okay, so he's got 3 possibilities actually, isn't he? 1, 2, 3. None of them are breaking any of the restrictions. Yeah, it's okay, and they're all hexes not in enemy zone of control. So within above priorities, retreating to any terrain. Yeah, okay, but there's no forest. The only forest is, but it's going by a road, so that's okay. So German retreat direction. If a choice of more than one hex, avoid a hex in a forward direction, then avoid a hex adjacent to a forward direction, then choose easternmost. Okay, so well, that's a forward direction. That's not one of his options, and neither is that. So, and that was adjacent. What is it? Adjacent to forward direction. Does that mean? Yeah, okay. So that's a forward direction. That would be adjacent to it. So he doesn't want to go in that one. So it's one of these two, and then what was the easternmost? So it's into that hex there. And I'll put that detachment back in the town. So that's him retreated twice, and then he's got to satisfy one more step. So he's going to take a step loss, and he's going to be dispersed as well. That's right, I think. So that bit was good. Just having to take 2 hits is not so good. Yeah. I'll have to ponder on this one a bit, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take 1 hit on the cavalry unit, I think, and 1 hit on one of the infantry units. Yeah. Now, do we want to advance? I don't know, do we? I suppose that's why. Yeah, can we get into that town? No, we can't, can we? Because we've got to advance into there. Oh no, we're following the path of retreat though. We can get into that town. With either I don't want to move the cavalry though, but this 3rd armoured unit could get into the town, couldn't it? By advancing twice, I think. Oh, that would be good. So that could start messing with our supply. Just moving the dice away there. This card's going in the discard pile, and just while I remembered there, I've still got cards in my draw pile, so I'm going to shuffle that in. Not got many cards left again, Mind you, we're close to halfway through the German draw pile. That's where it's not, maybe just above half still to go. So okay, right, about this advance then. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, because that was his path of retreat. He went there and then there, didn't he? Are you allowed to advance into an enemy town though? I think you are, I don't think you can retreat into an enemy town, but I'm pretty sure you can advance. Yeah, of course you can. Surely. And it's going across a German bridge, right, hang on. Yeah, no, it's good. The only restriction is that only 1 unit can cross a bridge if it's into an enemy zone of control, which it would be. I know this unit's dispersed, but this 1st SS unit still exerting zone of control at that time. So, yeah, I'm going for this. So 1, 2, so we're going into that town. We're going to take that bridge back. We're going to take that town back. what's it? Detachment. And yeah. They two towns are still technically German controlled. But if these units activate again, that would take back that bridge. So, do I want to move the infantry as well? Obviously, they'd just be able to go into that hex. They're in the forest there, but you know what? No, I think I should, I mean, it takes them off the road, though, that's the only thing. Oh, no, it doesn't. Well, what are you wanting to do with them, maybe, when we do activate again? That's what I need to know, isn't it? Yeah, you know what, I'm not so sure it is a great idea putting them down into there. It doesn't really do me any good. This is a strong elite armoured unit, and I know it's coming across the river, but you can't, it's not that you can move across this river anyway. It's not as if I'll be blocking the hex or anything. You can't move across anyway, so I think just keeping them there on the road where they can go up there, they could strategically move back. If I put them in there, they then can't strategically move. So I think I'll just leave them there. I mean, it's also not, they can't chase after the dispersed unit. Whether that would be worth a go, he's not going to get chip pools, so that's a problem, man. Right, okay. Right, going to go with that. And one of the other posses I just noticed out of that whole activation is this guy up here is going to build an IP. So that's good. Because he's in a wee bit of an area that's vulnerable, sort of. They've struggled to do anything with that area, admittedly, but right, and I think everything else made the move, didn't it? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think that was okay. I don't know about this guy coming along here or not, if this is clever or not, but well, we've done it now. Right, that's went on a bit longer, this one, so I'll tidy things up, take a wee... Oh, we need to draw some new cards, don't we? We've actually only got 5, so we're getting to draw 2 new cards. Put that away. Let's see what we get before I stop this. I mean, I've only got 5 cards, so I've only got 3 left now. So we've got... Oh, well, there's the primary card of... It's kind of like what... Well, mind you, that's we got 7 core, 5th core card to maybe deploy that 9th unit. It's only 1 unit, but we do have the 7. Well, we knew we were getting the 7 core card at some point. We can't activate them next turn because that's them now. That's them now out for next turn. But sure, I can find something else to do. We've still got the Allied units to, the British units to consider. Right, okay, I'll take a break for now, guys. This might be able to join up and make the next part of the 22nd. We'll see, but I'll pause and hopefully be back for a wee bit more this evening. Okay, cheers for now.